Hey everybody, welcome back to Laser Engraving 911. So a while ago I was doing a live stream and I asked a few of you if you might be interested in having some short tutorials on how to use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, particularly how I use these two pieces of software to prepare art for laser engraving. And a lot of you raised your hand and was like, yes, please. So I figured, why don't we kick this series of short tutorials off to show you some simple operations that are commonly used in laser engraving when it comes to either Photoshop or Illustrator. So today I'm going to teach you a few things in Photoshop. I'm going to teach you how to upscale some black and white artwork, turn that black and white artwork into true black and white artwork, and remove the white background from the artwork so you can send it right over to your laser engraving machine and get ultimate detailed engravings because you have a really good file. So let's get into it. What we're looking at here on the screen is some artwork that I generated using ChatGPT. And by the way, if you want to know how I did this artwork, I'm going to be speaking at the Next Level Laser Conference in Texas. And I'll be teaching next gen artwork prep for laser engravers, where I'm going to be sharing tips just like the ones you're learning in this video today. How I use ChatGPT and AI to generate and manipulate artwork and then combine those with Photoshop and Illustrator to create clean professional files for laser engraving. And here's the really cool part. I have one free all access ticket to give away. So if you want a chance to join me at the conference, just leave a comment below telling me what you would most want to learn if you got to attend the Next Level Laser Conference. I'll pick one lucky viewer to receive a free all access pass to the Next Level Maker Conference. I'll list a link in the description below. If you want to attend this event, it is going to be super awesome. I'm one of the speakers, but there are so many more people that are speaking there. And they have a full vendor room, so you get to meet all kinds of machine vendors, blank sellers, and a whole lot more. So definitely want to check that out. This is just a little taste of my presentation on there, but it is a simple operation that you will find helpful when dealing with artwork like this. So you don't want to send artwork like this over to your laser. It's got a white background. It's got a big old box around it with space that's going to trace out on your laser. You just want the artwork with a transparent background. While this artwork does look like it's black and white, it's actually not pure black and white. As you can see, this was generated from ChatGPT. There's a lot of like pixel mud there. There's gray pixels, even though I asked it to make a black and white image. So we're gonna fix that.
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
The first thing I do when I generate art using ChatGPT or process photos using ChatGPT is I upscale it. So to do that in Photoshop, you're gonna go to Image, Image Size, and I'm just gonna change the resolution from 72 to 300 DPI. And it's going to increase the DPI of the image, which is great for laser engraving. Now, if we look up close at it again, it did increase the resolution, but it still has the mud there, right? So we wanna get rid of that. The tool that we're gonna use to do that is we're gonna go to Image Adjustment, and it's called Threshold. Going to open up a slider here, and you'll notice that when you move the slider to the left, it kind of washes out the image and you lose a lot of the detail. And when you move it all the way to the right, you can see it kind of crushes the blacks way too much. So you want to find a place that looks true to the image that you generated. And what this is doing is it's getting rid of all the gray and gobbledygook that was in there.
Get it out of here!
And it's only leaving the true black. I think I'm going to leave it about right there, and I'm just going to click OK. And if we zoom in now, even though it looks a little pixelated up close, it's because we're zoomed way in. All that mud is gone. All those little gray pixels are gone. But we're not done yet, because remember, we were going to remove the white from this image. So to do that, we're going to go to select color range. And in here, you should notice that you get a little dropper here because we're gonna have it selected on sample colors. We don't wanna mess with any of this other stuff. We're gonna do sample colors. And what color do we wanna sample? The white. Click once in the white area, it has sampled the white. Now this fuzziness slider doesn't really apply to us too much because we're already working with a black and white image, and then we're just gonna click OK. What it's done is it's made a selection of all the white. You're like, well, what do I do now?
What do I do? What do I do?
You're gonna come down here. If you don't have layers open, you can go to Windows and turn on your layers. But we're gonna come down here and we're gonna create a layer mask. That's not what we want, right? If you notice, you can select in the layers your original image or the layer mask that we just created, and you're gonna use the shortcut Control-I. And what that did was it inverted the mask. And what we're left with is a beautiful, transparent PNG that we did not have to take over to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Adobe Illustrator to trace, which is another option which we'll probably talk about in another video. But this image is 300 DPI. The background is completely removed. The only thing that's left to do is to get rid of this extra space. I don't want that extra space down here, and I don't want this extra space up here, because when I throw this image in or resize it, and I say do a trace line with my laser, I don't want it to trace space that I'm not going to be engraving. Really simple to do that. We're going to Image, Trim to Transparent Pixels, and just click OK. And what that did was it trimmed or cropped the image to the nearest pixel. So it's a true crop. It got rid of all extra dead space. And the only thing that's left to do is to go to File, Export as a PNG, and save it whatever you want, happy couple. And I usually put transparent PNG 300 DPI. And that right there is an amazing high resolution image that you can load into any kind of laser system and get an excellent result without any grayscale in it, anything like that. And the reason I picked this image is because it's super complex and it has tons and tons of detail. But if we zoom in, you can see that nothing was lost. Not one single pixel. Really cool. So let's open up another image. Let's see, what should we pick here? Let's pick this eagle. So this eagle's a little simpler, right? First thing we want to do always when we have clip art or anything that we generated, ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever it is we want to check the resolution. Image size, ooh, 72 DPI, that's no good. 300 DPI, let's upscale it. So we just upscaled it. Now it's 300 DPI. We're gonna zoom in, and what do we got? Oh, yep, see, we got some little artifacts there, a little bit of gray, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, we don't want any of that. So we're gonna go to Image, Adjustment, Threshold, and we're gonna move our slider to our taste, right? Too low, we lose the image. Too high, it crushes it out. Find your little happy place there.
Everyone's happy. That's what I'm looking for.
And I'm gonna click OK. Go to Select, Color Range. Make sure that Sampled Colors is turned on, and we're gonna take our little dropper and we're gonna select the white area and click OK. It did a selection. We're gonna come down here and add a layer mask, and then with that layer mask selected, we're gonna hit on our keyboard, I'm on a PC, Control-I, and that inverted the layer mask. And what are we left with? A perfect 300 DPI, transparent, true black image ready to be sent to your laser engraver or ready to be sent to Adobe Illustrator if you want to create a vector out of it, which we'll have to do in another tutorial. So listen, if you loved this tutorial and you got value out of this, show me some love, leave a comment in the comment section below, and let me know what Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator tutorial you want to see next. So until next time, we'll see you around on Laser Engraving 911.